Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining us for another Coffee with Kittl episode. I have Tobias Saul, the man himself, here with us today, and we're going to get into some cool design stuff. He's going to design an amazing Sanborn logo that you're going to get to see. But first, Toby, what's going on? Maybe just briefly introduce yourself for all of those joining that don't know, a little bit about your background, maybe a little bit about why we have this whole Kittl thing that's so amazing, and then we'll jump in and check out some design stuff. So what's going on?
Awesome. Yeah, nice to be online first time camera. Yeah, so I think I would describe myself as a lettering artist, type designer, illustrator, maybe also UI designer since we have Kittl, and entrepreneur. And yeah, I co-founded first Heritage Type, and then our nice software Kittl. And yeah, you ask like why did we create a Kittl? So we wanted to create a software that is accessible to everyone, which is just like easier to create like beautiful, stunning artworks. And yeah, to make it much more accessible so that you don't have this huge learning curve that you have in software like Illustrator, for example. Yeah, and I kind of put all my knowledge that I have from my time as a lettering artist or as an illustrator into this application. Yeah, to make it as easy as possible for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And that means everything from having just start from scratch, which is kind of what we're going to see today, but then also the templates, right? So that's one thing that we were doing with heritage type, right? And so there was kind of that struggle that even though we were making templates and stuff, it was still really tough to for some users to really understand what they were getting. But that's kind of gone in Kittl, right? Like that's kind of our whole our whole niche.
Exactly, and I mean the great thing is this community behind. So everyone that is using Kittl and publishing designs or taking part in this can learn from others, and at the same time, others can learn from you. So it's also kind of a tool to share and grow together, or that's our main goal. And at the same time, it should be an opportunity for designers to also earn money, of course.
Absolutely, yeah.
Not just with creating artworks and selling it, but also like earning money on the platform itself. So
Yeah, digitally, yeah.
exactly, that they can offer other people their templates, their basically creative knowledge, and earn money with it. And yeah, we are currently working on this revenue share program, as you know. But yeah, this will be launching soon.
Yeah, and so now we have everything from being an amazing creative platform, super easy to use, kind of puts the power back into being creative, especially for beginners that and maybe they are like yourself, kind of lettering artists that have always just kind of been in traditional lettering, and Illustrator maybe is too hard. This is even a platform where they can just put their own stuff into Kittl and then kind of morph and play with it. But then now we're going to have the second element. Well, the second element I think is community, like you said, but now we're going to have this third element, which is like the possibility of passive income, right? Which is this earning method, this kind of pseudo affiliate partner kind of thing, where you can do all three, right? So you can do everything from just, I need a wedding invitation. My friend's got a wedding coming up. He doesn't have any money, so I'm going to do it for him. Kittl's a perfect place to do it. Then you have, I'm going to make logos for a living. And now you have, I'm going to share my creative knowledge and maybe make some passive income on the side. So we're building this like powerhouse, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I personally experienced exactly the same thing, or it completely changed my life when I started like selling digital products.
Yeah.
And start earning passive income, because I was doing like client jobs on a daily basis, and yeah, you just get the money from one job you do, and that's it.
Yeah.
But when I started selling fonts, for example, I could earn like monthly revenue.
Yeah.
And I just created a font once and then earned like years
Yeah. Yeah.
from this font. And that's exactly what we want to offer to our creators as well.
Absolutely.
So they can just have fun designing stuff and yeah, make a living from that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so excited for this. I was actually yesterday. I filmed and met with Jeremy, another one of our collaborators, and that whole Coffee with Kittl episode, which would be next week's episode, was all about passive income. And he was kind of describing the same thing, was just being a designer, going from one to the next, to the next, to the next, and then said, let me go back and kind of package up this knowledge and like list it on Creative Market or Design Cuts or something like that. And so this is really a thing that everybody can do, which is super amazing. Like we're going to provide this capability. But speaking of fun, I think it's now time to get a little fun going with some design. And so we have pre-recorded this because we want to make sure that it's optimal quality for all of you guys watching. So Toby did some amazing designs with new elements here. And so we're going to watch him use the new Sanborne Elements. So Toby, what was your process in this? And I think you're going to show us some examples, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the first thing I always do is like looking at references, and especially for these vintage lettering or vintage logos, there is so much stuff from the past you can learn from. And these Sanborn map covers, yeah, I mean they're just amazing. As you can see, there's super high detailed, a lot of craftsmanship in these designs. Yeah, and I thought it would be nice to just recreate something like this with our new elements, because also it's super complex, and to show you what Kittl can, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, what I'm currently doing there is just looking at stuff. So I'm checking out like how the ornaments are looking like, and how the shapes are, and what fonts they use and what kind of styles.
And lots of shading, lots of shading.
And lots of shading, exactly. A lot of line work, and yeah, ornamentation. So I've preset like the text already, as you can see.
Yes, okay. That's what's going to be in the logo here.
Exactly. So we will do a logo for a bakery. Yeah, and you have seen like there is always a lot of text in these vintage letterings.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of referencing the old. I mean, because it's cool, because something like this bakery is craftsmanship, right? So there's always that kind of lots of detail, not just only in like color and little trinkets, but like in the actual text itself, right? They're giving you a lot of information about the bakery.
Yes, and yeah, there in the past they always used like a lot of information in this kind of logos, and this is also kind of making the style. And yeah, now I'm picking like a frame from our Elements library, that already has this Sanborn style. Yeah,
so much stuff in there.
Yeah, you can find all the Sanborn elements in one group, so it's pretty easy to find, I guess.
Yeah, everything from the frame, kind of the ornate frame like that, down to just little lines and little little thin flourishing and stuff like that is in the Sanborn group. So I'm super excited. A lot of people were asking for that, and so boom,
Yeah, I
your
know,
wish
I
has
know.
been granted.
It took us a while to to finish these, because you see how complex they are. It's
Oh
just,
man.
yeah, it just took a little, but now they are all there. And yeah, what I did there, I just split like the capital letter from
Hmm.
the rest of the main text, and also separated like bakery to have it like an own element,
Yeah,
um, maybe with a different style or
different
different
flavor.
text effect. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I'm using our transformation effects, which I think are like a game changer.
Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, you
um,
talk to anyone, and the first thing that they're going to talk about in Kittl is, "Wow, the text is so easy to easy to manipulate."
yeah, it's so great. When I first talked to our developers, they were like, "I'm not sure if this is possible in the browser," but yeah,
Yeah,
they did it, and it's
it's
just
insane.
perfect. Yeah.
It just it's bonkers like how this even works. I think that was the first thing that I had said back to way back when this was just little staging tests we were doing. And then the
Hmm.
first thing I was like, I don't know how you made this, because I think we only had like 2 text effects and like maybe 1 transformation or something, and I still was like, I don't even know how this works.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's super crazy, and I personally think it's much easier than in Adobe Illustrator or
Yeah.
other drawing software.
Yeah,
Um,
and it's not that we oh, and by the way here, always check this out, guys. You can check out glyphs over in the right panel there. You see what he's doing? We're finding different parts of this font. This is we forgot to mention, this is the new Sanborn font that we've been using. I think it's headstock, is that what it's called? I think
yes.
so. But it's not that we don't like Illustrator. Of course, we use Illustrator for lots and lots and lots of things, but it will always be a powerful and needed platform, but we just know that not everybody has the time nor the dedication to kind of become a master at Illustrator. And so this is going to help you get that quality in far less time.
Yeah. Also, I mean, Illustrator is very old, or has a long history. Let's say, has
it,
a
it,
long
it,
history,
yeah,
and I mean that doesn't have to be bad thing, but it's full of tools that you, as a designer or graphic designer, just don't need, because they were
yeah,
created for special purposes, for
yes.
different kind of people, or different kind of users. And we are trying with Kittl to really focus on like graphic design, creating artworks, creating imagery. Um, yeah, and don't overfill it with features that you just don't need
Yeah,
on
and
your.
even like this, for example, with elements, boom, you're over there searching. You don't have to go somewhere else. You don't have to go download a stock pack from Creative Market. You don't have to, again, by the way, amazing design cuts, also great. Love Tom. But like we've created this thing where you have everything from assets and elements to the fonts themselves to even illustrations, what we're going to get to later, which is super amazing. And you don't have to leave, right? You don't have to leave Illustrator to go and get those things. You can just pop it in right here. Like, man, I need something to fill this space. Okay, I either have to draw it using the pen tool or shapes or something in Illustrator, or I can do what you just did. I'm going to pop in a couple elements, see what they do, see how they react, and boom, you like that one, for example. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Exactly. I mean, even if you have assets from outside of Kittl, you can just drag and drop them
Yes,
and use
exactly.
them in Kittl. So even this is not a problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what I'm trying to do right now is that I fill like all the spaces
Hmm.
that are left, so that my lettering or my composition is like a closed shape, I would say. And you see, like next to the at the top,
Some space. Yeah.
there's still some space, and it's like it's a bit like ping pong. I'm trying to um, react to what I do or what I did to like I put an element there, so I need to find balance with
Balance on the,
another
yeah.
element on the other side. Yes.
Yeah, and it's important to think about this overall shape, right? Because you draw a whole shape around that, and then you can really start seeing, you know, even still now, I think you just circled it. There's space in between the and fresh and organic, and so now what we can do is boom, we can just find illustrations now too, which is super amazing.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think I'm looking like for a character there.
Yeah, specific character here that'll work, because we don't want something too crazy cartoony, but something like this is more hatched, kind of fits the style a lot better, right?
Yeah, but it has all these colors, so
Gotta take them off.
you just take them off. Exactly. And yeah, we have this new border feature, so which just create an outline to your illustrations to make it thicker or just to cut out
Yeah.
illustrations from the rest. And yeah, that's what I was doing there.
Yeah, creating that little extra white, right, kind of sets him apart
Yeah.
from the back of the rays there.
And now we are getting to the fun part. So we have our composition there, and now we're adding like text effects to get this hatched look or these lines inside of the letter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, super easy to do with these sliders, man. There's no creating offset path for all of you Illustrator offset path lovers like I am. There's none of that. You could just click kind of what you want, and then boom, you slide it around to get the effect that you want. And so we're doing something different here with the Iller's son, right? Kind of want him to be different, right? With the Sanborn style, they kind of, that capital was really embellished, you know what I mean, like a lot more.
Yeah. And now I'm adding like these lines I was talking about.
Yes.
And this also like compare or fit to the rest of the style of the ornaments, because they are all super thin and detailed. So yeah, I'm trying to reflect it in the text as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, okay,
it's nice to watch.
Yeah, adding a little shadow. Oh, okay, some line shadow to the arc text there, because not everything has to be insane, you know.
Yeah, if text is getting smaller, you should take a step back from too detailed decoration. Yeah,
because it'd be tough to see.
Yeah, it's tough to see, and you want to highlight your main information, right? So
absolutely,
it's not needed there.
Yeah, you can go crazy with it for sure, but it's always important to take a little step back and think like, am I going too crazy here? Does everything seem important? Because not everything needs to be the same importance, right? We have Miller's son and we have bakery. We know immediately this is a bakery, which is the point. And it looks like we're starting to experiment with color here.
Yeah, I mean, typically these Sanborn maps are just black and white, but yeah, I like to use some colors. So
I think the blue looks great there.
Yeah, I think so too. Not sure what I ended up with. Maybe it's the blue. But yeah, you have seen like we've used these project colors at the top right corner. These are great to just manipulate like all colors at once. And yeah, now we're doing a little hack. Like I'm just copying the M and putting it behind the other M and giving it another decoration effect. So we have some more lines there.
We got double shade, double hatch behind there. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Still playing with color though. Well, weren't quite satisfied with the color.
It's like back and forth, you know.
Yeah, and I think that's it. I think that's what we ended up with right here.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So if anybody has questions about this specific design here, definitely comment below, and we will get an answer to you. And I think you're showing just like how you would download it, right?
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
if you needed it for whatever. Of course, you could take the texture off. You could take the background off. You just need it to be transparent. And a lot of capability right there in the download setting. Again, I like what you've been saying earlier is like we really are trying to keep it simple, because even in Illustrator, when you go to do something like that and export, um, like I think when I was just getting into Illustrator, I was like, wait, is it export? Is it save as? What am I doing? Like, there's a million different ways to do it, but here we're just like, here are your 4 options. Pick one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, usually you don't need more than this.
Exactly.
So you have pixel graphics, you have vectors. Should be fine for everything, I guess.
Yeah, it should be what you need.
Yeah, totally.
Well, if anybody has questions specifically or just wants to comment on this design or tell us how much you love the Sanborn elements, definitely comment down below so we can see it. Or if you're making stuff, maybe you make something like this, a little bit of different spin on a Sanborn bakery, you can tag us on Instagram. You can tag us on social as well, or you can find the Discord. We have a Discord, ever-growing Discord, with so many people sharing awesome stuff. So definitely get into the Discord, and you can even share your work and get feedback from me and a couple other people that I think will really help you. So Toby, that was awesome. I think it's going to be great for people to hear from you kind of behind the methodology and the inspiration for Kittl, as well as like getting in and just playing a little bit, which was fun. So
Yeah, totally.
obviously, thank you so much for taking time to do this. Is there anything that you want to say, like any little sneak peeks, a little sneak peek feature, anything can come out for people to hope for, or just general inspiring words of wisdom you can give?
Yeah, so maybe first thing, I can take this opportunity to thank all people giving us feedback, that are using the platform, that are sharing their designs, that are taking part in this journey. It's really always a great help to hear like what kind of features you are missing, or also on the other hand, like what you love about Kittl. It really helps and keeps us motivated to create the most stunning design software out there. And yeah, some sneak peeks. So we just started. I mean, there are just features right now, but we a lot of you were asking like for clipping textures. So I know that is super important, like for print on demand products, for example. And we already started and just released our first clipping feature. So now when you add a texture, you can just clip it to your artboard content, to your design, so that it doesn't apply to your complete artwork.
The whole artboard, yeah.
Exactly. And we are currently investigating a lot of more possibilities there to have like alpha masking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is super great. I already could play around with it a little. We just have to fine tune it, and yeah, and of course a lot of other features that will allow you to be even more creative with Kittl. Yeah.
And always, like, another thing, it's like kind of still always I guess a sneak peek, if you will. Like, it's not uncommon that even I will open up Kittl and I'll be like, when did this illustration category get here? when did this pop up? So always go over there. A lot of you, I think, are thinking like, where's that pop-up that's going to pop up and say you can now do blah blah blah? Well, that's not the only thing that you need to wait for. Just go open up the elements panel ever so often and scroll through the elements, the illustrations, the fonts. We're uploading fonts. Sergey's doing a great job with that. Like, and the whole design team, the illustration team is constantly uploading new stuff, and those are also, that's an awesome feature where you can continue to create more stuff. So I get lost in just dragging them over and looking at the new illustration. I don't even do anything with them. So you can always have a cool little update with that. And we also already, you briefly talked about a really big sneak peek already, which is this kind of being able to get kickbacks for templates and things like that. This kind of this templated revenue share type deal. So that's a major sneak peek that everyone now knows watching this. So lots of cool things, and of course, feature wise, the list goes on and on and on. So there's just, you should always just be excited for the next thing, and try your best not to get mad at me, everyone that continues to ask, when are we going to have this? And all I say is coming soon. Don't get mad at me. Well, this was great, Toby. Thank you so much again for taking the time. Everyone watching, please subscribe to Kittl. You can check out Toby's personal profile on Kittl, of course, linked down, as well as just the Kittl profile with tons of templates that he's made and that we've made at Kittl. So thank you all so much for watching. Toby, thanks for joining, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye.
Thank you very much.